comes up and does their job. That was Alec Beach for St. Lawrence making the stop, but RPI has to do a better job block and get lower, as I mentioned previously.
2nd and 10, RPI at the 25 of St. Lawrence, trying to capitalize on the first turnover of the game. Tavinis on 2nd down hits the line, and the line doesn't really budge much. And he'll be stopped, maybe a gain of 1. They called it a loss of 1 on the first down, and it'll be a gain of 1 on 2nd down, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 for RPI.
Yeah, defensive tackle Ryan Byrne, the 6-foot junior for St. Lawrence defensive tackle, doing a great job establishing himself and playing on the other side of the ball right now. So RPI has to block him and keep him off the backfield.
3rd and 10, RPI at the 25. 2 running plays up the middle have gotten nothing. 5 wide out formation for Trimpert. He's going to run up the middle to the 20, to the 15. Trimpert trips over his own guy, but not before he gets a first down for the Engineers to the 13.
That was actually a great play call by Coach Cernia. The quarterback draw, the showing pass with the 4 red receivers set. St. Lawrence came, they established themselves, they got in the backfield, and there was just a big hole right in the middle. A great job by Coach Cernia calling that quarterback draw up the middle.
1st and 10, RPI at the 13-yard line of St. Lawrence. 12:15 to go, first quarter, no score. RPI's first possession of the game. Ramsdale takes the carry as he ran through the backfield. Ramsdale through the 10, to the 5, still on his feet. Forced down at the 2. It'll be another first down for RPI.
Yeah, Ramsdale making people miss, and Coach Cernia sees something on that side of the ball for St. Lawrence, and RPI is so far getting chunks of yardage when they run left.
It'll be 1st and goal, RPI at the St. Lawrence 2. Under 12 to go, first quarter, no score. Will St. Lawrence be scored upon for the first time this year? RPI's got 4 cracks to put it in the end zone. Tavinis is in the backfield behind Trimpert. 2 wideouts to the right. To give. Nope, Trimpert fakes to hand off to Tavinis. Takes it himself. Trimpert's in for the touchdown. RPI leads 6-0.
Yeah, and the St. Lawrence defense thought that ball was going to be pitched, but it wasn't, as Trimpert kept it, and Tavinis was a good decoy. As everybody thought Tavinis was going to get the ball, Trimpert kept it. The defensive end committed to the pitch, and Trimpert took it right in the end zone.
Cap on to try the extra point. Reedy is the holder for RPI. Snap, spots down, kick is up. More than enough yardage for Cap because it's on the roof of the building now.
Yeah, we got to get someone to get that ball as it goes on the roof. But a great drive by RPI. After those first 2 plays, I was like, oh my God, here we go. They've won to defense of St. Lawrence, but Coach Cernia with a great play call of a quarterback draw up the middle, and that sort of established a flow for RPI. And now you get St. Lawrence thinking about it for a little bit. You say, we haven't been scored on.
They haven't been behind.
They haven't been behind. RPI comes out. They get their defense, get the turnover. They go down and score. So now St. Lawrence is starting to think about it. That's in their head. Now everything I said for RPI, St. Lawrence has to do. They have to forget about that and establish their game plan. But right now, 11:41 left to play in the first. 7-0. RPI leads St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence's opponents this year that they've shut out: Morrisville, Norwich, and Endicott. Those are the 3 teams that they have played. Of course, there's a common opponent there in Norwich. RPI defeated them in week 1 of this season. RPI was scored on in that game. St. Lawrence did shut out Norwich. So that's the only common opponent they both beat. They both beat. I should end the sentence right there. Cap kicks the ball away. Taken at the 2-yard line by Loricella. Long to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, finds some room, to the 30, and is it Cap? Yeah, Cap got out there to slow him down, and Loricella stopped at the 35.
Yeah, Cap just got an arm out to trip Loricella, and a good thing he did, because if Loricella got by Cap, Loricella was off to the races. But right now, again, RPI going back on defense. St. Lawrence starts at their own 35-yard line, and for RPI, they just got to keep doing more of the same. You got buses and spies, so you wonder if St. Lawrence made the adjustment and noticed that and called plays to go.
I don't think you caught the replay on that one, but it looked like a busted play. It looked like one of the receivers was supposed to be there, and instead they went deep, and Richardson just threw it into the middle of the RPI defense. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for St. Lawrence, and Richardson keeps it himself, and he'll make it out to the 45. Was there a 5-yard penalty somewhere along there, or did I miss the yard marker?
No, you missed the yard marker. Loricelli returned it out to the 35. And
they're starting at the 40.
That's a great point, Kurt. That was, yeah. I don't know if anybody picked up on that.
I don't know if I'm not sure what happened there, but I could have sworn he was down to 35. They put the first down mark at the 40. It's 2nd and 6. Throw, that's complete, and this will be a first down for St. Lawrence as Gardner got it short of the 50, and he kept his feet moving, and he's into the RPI territory and forced out at the 47.
Yeah, and a good toss there. Good toss and a great catch by Gardner as Gardner went up and caught it as Richardson put it up just where only he can catch it and establishing first down.
1st and 10 at the 47 of RPI for St. Lawrence. 7-0 RPI leads. 10:40 to go, first quarter. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. 3 wideouts left, 1 right. He's going to throw right, and he overthrows the intended receiver. That was Gallagher. We should get you the offense here for St. Lawrence. The quarterback, of course, Sean Richardson. Running back, Roderick Payne. Wide receivers are Vincenzo Ferraro and Patrick Bryant. The tight ends are Matt Gardner and Mitch Gallagher, 2 MGs there. The line up front, Grant Heffenden, Colin Scott, Thomas O'Grady, Matthew McDonough, and Michael Fisher. 2nd down and 10 at the 47-yard line for St. Lawrence, 47 of RPI. They're going to put 3 receivers on the left this time, 1 on the right. Payne in the backfield. Richardson steps back, looks to throw. Now he's going to run with the ball. Richardson to the 40. Richardson on his feet. He's down near the marker. He's right near the first down marker between the 37 and the 38.
They're going to call it a first down. As St. Lawrence goes into the hurry up there. The RPI linebackers seem to be playing deeper than normal, and St. Lawrence is sort of exploiting that right now.
1st and 10 for the Saints at the RPI 37. 10 to go here, first quarter. 7-0 RPI leads. Richardson hands off to Payne. Payne gets through the line, and then he gets caught from behind by Dorsey, and he gets pulled back.
See, that time the linebackers were where they should be and going forward instead of anticipating the pass and holding Payne to a gain of a yard.
Let's call this 2nd and 9 for the Saints. Let's. Scoreboard hasn't changed, but it looks like a 2nd and 9 on the field. Again, it's Payne alone in the backfield near Richardson. 4 receivers, 3 to the right for the Saints. Richardson looks to throw right now, throws left, and it's incomplete. It was off the hands of Gallagher, kind of hung up there in the air, and there was almost a chance there. It looks like Hayes had a chance to get at it, but couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, it does look like Hayes was there. If he was just a little bit step closer, I think he would have had it. It's a little too far to die for, but a good defense by the RPI defensive backs.
3rd down and 9 for St. Lawrence. Again, they'll put 3 wideouts on the right, 1 on the left. In the flat to Gallagher on the left side. Breaks a tackle. Gallagher stays on his feet, and he's out at the 31. There was some rough tackling there by RPI because the initial hit, Gallagher basically just bounced off it and then turned around and started going downfield. He should have been stopped about 5 yards sooner upfield. 4th down and 4 for St. Lawrence at the RPI 31, and they will go for it. Payne in the backfield. Gallagher alone on the left. 3 receivers on the right. Richardson rolls out to his right, looking downfield, starts to run with the ball. Richardson's got the first down, dives ahead, and he stopped at the 23.
Yeah, good fake there too by Richardson as he went to pull up the pass and just slowed the linebacker down a little bit, which enabled him to get the first down. So good awareness there by Richardson to sort of fake out the linebacker on that play.
Connor McCrom, Rohan Cherry-Nash, and Diego Catino are the line up front for RPI and defense. Linebackers are Joe Gotti, Alex Greenidge, Brant Beck, and Jair Dorsey. Defensive backs are Sean Egan, DJ Stefanski, Ryan Buss, and Brian Hayes. We have a 1st and 10 St. Lawrence at the RPI 23. 8:15 to go, first quarter. RPI leads 7-0. Richardson gives to Payne. Payne stutter steps in the backfield. That means he's going to get caught, and Beck's the first one grabbed him and stopped him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great job by Beck getting through, fighting through his man, his block, and getting into the backfield and wrapping up Payne and making sure he didn't go anywhere. Hit him a little bit too high as Payne kept his legs moving, but then the RPI, really good job gang tackling and making sure Payne couldn't go anywhere. 7:52 left to play in the first, 7-0 RPI leads.
St. Lawrence sticking with Gallagher alone on the left, 3 receivers on the right, Payne in the backfield. Richardson looks over to the sidelines. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Richardson takes a snap, drops back, throws, looking for Payne in the flat. Payne kind of cut upfield, and if he had gone outside, that's where the pass was. It goes incomplete.
Yeah, Richardson sort of anticipating this slant. Payne actually did an out pass instead of a slant. It looked like it was supposed to be a slant because that's where the ball was by Richardson. Nice pass if Payne was there, but incomplete and 3rd down.
3rd and 9. It's 2-down territory, so really this isn't your standard 3rd and 9. If they went for it 4th down earlier, they go for it 4th down now, so you might want to get some of the yards. Delayed handoff to Payne. Payne runs to the left, tries to cut upfield, breaks 1 tackle, down at the 18. So he picked up 4, maybe 5. Looks like he picked up 5. The ball looks like it was on the 23. So it's going to be 4th and about 5 for St. Lawrence.
Yeah, Payne actually went like he was faking to go for a pass in the flat. Then he just hit on the brakes and got the handoff going around the outside. Sort of fooled the RPI defense for a second, but good job by the defensive ends. They were right there for RPI. Not LaRusso, sorry.
3 receivers bunched together to the right on 4th and 6, all the way to the right. Ball's on the left hash here. Richardson looking left, still looking left, escapes 1 man, got grabbed, now he's going to run for it. Richardson to the 20, 15, Richardson to the 10, he's got a 1st down as he falls down near the 11 actually, so it will be a 1st down for St. Lawrence.
Yeah, RPI had him back, they just couldn't wrap him up. They had him in the backfield for a sack. They just couldn't wrap him up and enabled Richardson to get free. And Richardson just got past the 1st down marker and went down to the ground to not risk a turnover or anything like that. So nice job by him. 6:20 left to play in the first. 7-0 RPI on top of St. Lawrence.
1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the 11. They can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown here. 5 wideout formation for Richardson. 3 left, 2 right. Richardson looking left in the flat pass. That is complete to the 10, to the 5, and in for the touchdown for St. Lawrence. That is Holly Grisham, who doesn't even get listed as one of the receivers, but he's in for the TD. St. Lawrence pulls to within 1.
And a nice job by St. Lawrence on that play, but Coach Isernia are very upset the officials for not throwing a flag for interference as Carmack Garvey, number 85 for St. Lawrence, was blocking as the ball was in the air. So I think Coach Isernia has a legitimate beef, but regardless.
Carvella in for the extra point attempt. That is up and good. 6:02 to go here, 1st quarter. We are tied at 7.
So, a good job by St. Lawrence on that drive. RPI had their chances to end it. They had 2 4th downs and couldn't make a stop when they needed to. They had Richardson stopped in the backfield on that 2nd 4th down as St. Lawrence was around the 20-yard line, and they just couldn't make a tackle. So RPI has to come out. They had a good stop the first series, resulting in a turnover, but RPI just has to get better tackling. That's the name of the game. It is blocking and tackling. My father always would say, football is blocking and tackling, not much else. You might have to think about it, but if you don't make a block, you don't make a tackle, you can think all you want. 6:02 left to play in the first. 7-7 RPI and St. Lawrence.
You can't argue with that. You can't really argue with that. If you watch teams that lose or watch teams that just get barely beaten sometimes, the other team, those are the 2 things they probably did a little bit better. That's it. Daley Haber will be kicking off for St. Lawrence. It was Carvalho who did the extra point attempt, or actually succeeded with the conversion, but different person to kick off. 15 to the 20, 25, 30, 35. That's as far as for RPI. Munoz Watts gets on the return. So 36-yard line, they'll say. RPI has it for their second possession.
Good return by Munoz Watts to the 36-yard line, and they might just decide to spot at the 41 just ahead of it. But good return. Ball's supposed to start at the 36, and it looks like it is. So 5:56 left to play. In the first, 7-7 RPI and St. Lawrence on two good drives by both teams, resulting in their touchdown.
RPI with the short field when they got the interception and took over at the St. Lawrence 25 to get their touchdown. On first down, and Tavinis sees nothing. The running game for RPI, unless it's Trimpert with a quarterback draw, has not gotten anything thus far for RPI.
No, and that starts up front with the RPI offensive linemen. That's Chris New, Ciaran Stewart, Steve Mills, Mitch McDade, and Scott Black is the offensive front for RPI. It just has to do a better job blocking. That's all it is. 5:28 left to play, 7-7 in the first.
Well, we saw when Alfred played here 2 weeks ago, getting time for Trimpert by that offensive line. They had trouble doing that against Alfred. 5 wide out formation for RPI. 3 left, 2 right. Trimpert looks to the right. Now he's going to throw the ball and picked off. Holly Grisham, who got the touchdown, picks it off for St. Lawrence, and RPI turns the ball over. The Saints have it on RPI side of the field.
Yeah, what happened resulting in that turnover is, it wasn't a bad pass. The receiver at least was in the vicinity this time for Trimpert, but what happened was there was a nice stunt pulled in the middle by the St. Lawrence linebackers, and that resulted in Grisham covering the man of the vacated linebacker. And I don't think that Trimpert saw that going on. So a good job disguising that defense for St. Lawrence on that stunt.
Yeah, Holly Grisham came from behind on that. The intended receiver never saw him coming, and he just ran in front of the receiver and took the ball. First down, St. Lawrence. Payne will get the handoff, and he goes straight into the line and gets about 2 yards.
Yeah, Payne again up the middle. This seems to be the story. They want to establish a running game with Payne, then start passing. But RPI defensive line doing a great job keeping Payne to short yardage, getting the ball. So second down right now, 7-7 RPI and St. Lawrence in the first quarter.
Ball's at the 42 of RPI for this second down and 8 for the Saints. Richardson fakes the handoff to Payne, throws over the middle, and almost intercepted. That Buss almost had his second of the game, as that was another poor decision by Richardson.
Yeah, I mean, at least this time the receiver was in. Again, Buss seems to be the spy. And Richardson not seeing Buss, not realizing that Buss is the spy, tasked with just reading wherever Richardson goes, Buss goes. So Buss getting the better of that matchup right now.
Third down and 8 for St. Lawrence at the RPI 42. 4 wide out formation, Payne in the backfield. Richardson rolls out to the right, under pressure, escapes that, should have been sacked, tipped and incomplete. That went off the hands. Is that Buss again?
No. That was
Egan?
Yes.
Yes, Egan got the tip on that one.
Yeah, Buss actually went down in deep coverage this time, fooling Richardson, and Egan slipped on and to become the spy. But again, RPI has their chances with getting Richardson down in the backfield. RPI just not making the tackles they need to make.
They do put St. Lawrence in a 4th and long at the RPI 42, and the punt squad is coming out here for St. Lawrence. Lorcella is the punter. Either Esposito or Davies. That's Davies back deep for RPI. Lorcella gets a low snap, rolls right, kicks the ball away. Davies signaled a fair catch. It's going to bounce inside the 5. St. Lawrence downs it at the 1. Okay, that's the longest field you're going to get. 99 yards RPI has to go. Good work, St. Lawrence special teams on that.
Well, a little assist with the field, too. I mean, this turf field, the ball's going to bounce, so St. Lawrence actually doing a good job getting 3 guys down between the end zone and the ball, so they could really just let the ball roll as far as they wanted to before they touched it. And unfortunately for RPI, the field worked against them as the ball bounced all the way down inside the 1 yard line. And RPI has to go 99, we'll say 99.5 yards to get it into the end zone. 4:15 left to play in the first. 7-7 RPI leads St. Lawrence.
Joe Giaccone, Connor Davies, the wide receivers for RPI. Mike Tavinis in the backfield. Johnny Ramsdale, John Costello, the slot backs, and Eddie Trimpert, the quarterback. Ed gave you the line already for RPI's offense. First and 10 inside the 1 for RPI. Trimpert is actually in the end zone as he is under center. Keeps it himself, running straight, tries to get some room, gets maybe a yard out to the 2.
Hey, when you're inside the 1 yard line, any amount of positive yardage will do to get yourself out of there. So, a lot of sneaks right now. Expect another one, and that's exactly what St. Lawrence, I think, is thinking too. So, try to get yourself as much room as possible to complete the third down pass.
Second down and 9 RPI. Tavinis is in the backfield. Handoff is to Tavinis. He gets grabbed right as he hits the line of scrimmage. Gets moved forward for a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 8 RPI.
Yeah, so now this, be curious to see. Normally you'd want to go shotgun out of here, but if you go shotgun, you're halfway into the end zone. So we'll see if Trimpert lines up under center and drops back that way. And see, but you do want a quick pass. Even if it doesn't get you the first down, I mean, that would obviously be ideal, but.
Trimpert is under center on 3rd down. Another give to Tavinis, hits his own lineman. He'll never make the first down as he stopped at the 4. He ran into the back of his own lineman and had to bounce off him, and at that point he lost his momentum. So it'll be 4th down RPI. Do we have a flag on the play?
No. Oh, yes, we do. It was defensive offsides against St. Lawrence. Yep. The call was offsides against St. Lawrence, resulting in a 5-yard penalty. So we'll do it again, 3rd down, and this time 4.
3rd down and about 3. They're at the 8. They need to get to the 11. Does RPI a second chance to keep this drive alive?
Yeah, and that's something you can't do if you're St. Lawrence. You had RPI pinned back deep, and a costly mistake. I mean, if you're RPI, you want to have it come back to bite them.
Trimpert goes out of the shotgun now as RPI has some room. Trimpert on the option play keeps it, but he won't make the first down. So St. Lawrence does not pay heavily for their offsides miscue as Trimpert is stopped at the 9, and it's 4th and 2.
Actually, that was a great play by the defensive end for St. Lawrence. He read that option very good. Last time he took the pitch man, which enabled Trimpert to go into the end zone. This time he stayed home and he let the linebacker take the pitch man, and he took the quarterback. And they stuffed him.
4th down and, 2 for RPI. Razik is out to punt. Holly Grisham is at his own 50, or not the 50, not his own. Bad snap, and Razik's able to get it away as he had trouble handling that. Holly Grisham fair catches it at the 46, so St. Lawrence starts out in good field position. 1:56 to go here, first quarter, 7-all.
And a good job by the RPI team keeping their teammate under control as there was a little extracurricular activity about to go down, but a good job by the coaching staff and the team to keep the teammate under control. So St. Lawrence will start, 1:56 left to play in the first, still tied at 7.
1st and 10 at the 46. 2 receivers each side. Payne in the backfield for Richardson. He's in the shotgun. Looks right immediately in the flat. That's caught by Gallagher. Gallagher tries to fight a man off. He's out of bounds right near the first down. I mean, not the first down marker, right near the line of scrimmage. So there's no gain for St. Lawrence there.
Yeah, no gain on the play. And St. Lawrence is actually pretty close. I mean, they have people blocking while the pass is in the air. So I'm surprised the referees are letting that go. Almost a legal pick or a pass interference, but I'm surprised the referees are letting that go. But
2nd down and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 46. This time they have 3 wides on the left, 1 on the right. Payne still in the backfield. Not a lot of substituting by St. Lawrence on offense. Throw, that is caught by Gallagher, and he gets a foot down at the 39, then goes out of bounds, so he picks up 7.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by Gallagher. The ball sort of took off as it left the quarterback's hand, and Gallagher went up to get it. Nice catch along the sideline, getting a foot in bounds before he goes out of bounds.
A much more manageable. We'll call it 3rd and 3. It is actually, I said gain of 7, so it would be 3rd and 3. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Payne in the backfield. Richardson looking left, under pressure. This time RPI will sack him back at the 46.
There you go. You just have to square your feet. You just have to square your feet and make the tackle. That time RPI fundamentally sound tackle. Great job with the
Bennett was the lead man.
with the tackle for RPI was Bennett. He squared his feet and didn't let Richardson go and make any fakes. When your feet are squared like that, you have the advantage. So St. Lawrence will punt. Good defensive series by RPI.
Loricella back to punt. Davies at his own 10. Snap, rolls, and gets a bad kickoff. He rolled to his left. He's a right-footed kicker. The ball goes out of bounds. I mean, it didn't even make it 10 yards. Right? That was not a good kick. He rolled out the wrong way. He's a right-footed kicker. He rolled out to his left, and then he had to try to kick the ball, and it was just bad. And so a net 10 on the punt, and RPI gets it at the 38.
Yeah, and St. Lawrence making uncharacteristic mistakes for a St. Lawrence team. At that time, they did get a bad punt. Coach Isernia screaming for his team to get away from the ball. And they start with actually pretty good field position in their own. They're still in their own half of the field, but a good field position compared to the last drive.
7-all, 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. RPI with their 4th possession of the game. Wells takes a handoff behind the line, now cuts upfield to the right. Flag comes out as they're at the 40-yard line, and time expires on the first quarter. We'll have to sort out what the penalty is, but we're tied at 7 here at the East Campus Stadium.
We'll see what this is. It looks like it's going to go against RPI on the hold. So that will indeed be the end of the quarter. Oh.
Yes, it is.
No, the referee just said one untimed down.
Is that what he said?
Yes, he just said one untimed down.
Oh, okay.
He's giving the signal this means one untimed down.
Oh, that's what that is,
yeah.
Huh? Isn't the wave the flag? The quarter's over?
No. See, now they're screaming quarter.
Yes.
It should be the quarter because it was an offensive penalty.
And also, you can end the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Isernia is screaming that it should be the end of the quarter. But he's signaling for when they wave the flag, it means they obviously call off the penalty.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking about. Dan Puckhaber is the head coach for St. Lawrence on the opposite side. He got a discussion as well. We're playing an untimed down here at the end of the first quarter. Handoff is to Wells, and nothing there. So really, the end of the quarter, the untimed play results in RPI simply losing it down for the most part. The first quarter is over with here, tied at 7 in Troy.
Yeah, what RPI should have done, what Coach Isernia should have done is just taken a knee. I mean, you don't want to risk losing a ball and turning it over and going into the second quarter down behind. Smart play there. You're going to lose it down regardless. You just should have taken a knee and taken it where it was.
Okay, I need to follow your logic here. What's the difference between that play and the next play?
Well, I mean, you lose it down. It's untimed down, so you lost it down.
But does it matter?
The quarter's over.
But does it matter? Let's say there were 2 seconds on the clock. There's no fundamental difference between an untimed down and 2 seconds. The time's going to expire on it anyway.
You're right, I agree. But with the end of the first quarter untimed down, you don't want to risk losing. I would have taken a knee. That's just me. But, Kurt and I seem to be in disagreement. But we
disagree a lot. That's okay.
We did. And actually, I was so surprised. The Giants won last week on great clock management, taking a knee 3 straight plays before taking the field goal at the end of the game. So there is a little bit of logic to it.
I think it depends on the circumstance you're in. In that case, you're taking 3 knees to run the clock down to nothing, almost nothing.
Right.
In this case, you still have the second quarter coming up. 15 minutes are on the board here, tied at 7 in Troy. It'll be RPI right to left, St. Lawrence left to right across your radio dial in this second quarter. For RPI, a 3rd and 17 at the 31-yard line.
Second.
Scoreboard said, yeah, you're right, it is second. Drippert rolls out to his right on this 2nd down and 17, and he gets caught after a gain of 2. The scoreboard did have a 3. You're not supposed to trust the scoreboard. There's a rule about that, because the scoreboard's controlled up here by the people in the press box. The marker is controlled by people on the field right next to the officials. Now, they can both be wrong, but in this case, it was 2nd down and 17. It is now 3rd and 15.
It was very confusing, too. I'm not surprised there was any confusion, but the half should have ended on a penalty anyway.
Quarter.
3rd
down and 15, and RPI switching up backs this time. They'll bring in Esposito, and he gets back to the original first down marker, which was the 38, and he stopped there by the St. Lawrence D.
Yeah, RPI trying to get some sort of run game established, but there's nothing doing there. The first drive, they were able to get those little outside plays, outside end around working. But St. Lawrence has done a great job spreading them out and making them run laterally. And RPI doesn't have much of a run game so far.
4th down and 10, RPI. Razik comes out to punt. He is against the wind at this point. Holly Grisham is back at his 30. Gets the snap, boots. The wind is killing that. Holly Grisham takes that to 35, and that was a fair catch. So St. Lawrence has it at their own 35. 13:28 to go here, first half, tied at 7.
Yeah, that one died right in the wind as soon as the ball was kicked. As Grisham, all he had to do was get underneath it and make the fair catch. 13:28 left to play in the second. RPI and St. Lawrence tied at 7, and St. Lawrence will they would try to attempt to take the lead here, but RPI needs to establish their defense again.
Richardson, 3 wideouts, man in the slot to the left, and Payne in the backfield. Payne takes the ball, and RPI is able to stop him. They'll give him a forward progress, almost a yard on the forward progress, but RPI was not going to let him get through the line.
Yeah, good gang tackling there by RPI, and also Bennett was back in the backfield, grabbing at the ball. Almost stripped it from Payne, but a good job and good awareness by Bennett, knowing that he had people to back him up to make the tackle. So he went for the ball, almost worked, but Payne just held on to it.
St. Lawrence with the wind here in the second quarter. It's in the 60s here in Troy, partly sunny. Right now the sun's not shining on the field. We're not expecting any adverse weather today. And almost a bad exchange on the handoff. I'm not sure what happened there. Richardson's running with it himself. He's going to get a first down. Flag comes out in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. We have an injured RPI player on the sideline. And it looked like Richardson and Payne were confused over whether that should be a handoff or not. And then Richardson ended up with the ball and made the run, which would be a first down depending on how this penalty goes. And also we have, again, an injured engineer on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and it looked like we got a defensive hold is what the call is. So we got a timeout for the injury, as it looked like whoever was running just pulled up, grabbed his hamstring, and so didn't see who it was, but
yeah, we can't tell who it is on the far side of the field.
Well, let's see here. Let's see on the replay. 51 for RPI.
Yes, he didn't touch anybody. For RPI, that was Beck.
Yes.
He didn't touch anybody. We're watching the replay. He was chasing Richardson, never touched anybody, and he just pulled up as he was running towards the far sideline.
So Brant Beck, the 6-foot junior, he is up, and he's walking off the field with the assistance of coaches. Nice round of applause for him. He's okay. Well, hopefully he's nothing more than pulling up in the cramp. But
some players from the sidelines are coming out. Buss was assisting him to make it to the sideline, but Buss is staying out there to play D. Penalty was on RPI, so it's a first down for St. Lawrence. Is it?
Yes, yes. There was a defensive hold, automatic.
Hi,
touchdown.
I'm Mary, and Stewart Shops is my coffee.
First and 10, St. Lawrence at the 47 of the Saints. 12:40 to go here in the first half. Tied at 7, RPI versus St. Lawrence.
Hi,
Co-champions
I'm Mary,
of the league
and
last
Stewart
year.
Shops is my coffee shop.
Lawrence winning the
They have
tiebreaker
delicious
and going to the
pastries,
NCAA tournament.
bagels with free
RPI,
cream
are they
cheese,
lining up off sides here?
Hey, morning, Mary.
No. Okay, they were pretty close, but no. Richardson's looking to throw in the air and overthrows his receiver. Buss got a hand on it, but he couldn't haul it in. May was the intended receiver.
Yeah, receiver intended for May. That ball sort of floated on Richardson. And even if it was caught by Buss, a nice athletic catch, I don't think he would have came down with it inbounds, as the ball floated on Richardson and got away from him. But second down, good coverage there by Buss.
Second down, 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 47. 3 receivers stacked to the left. Payne in the backfield. Richardson gives the ball to Payne. Payne straight ahead and makes it to the 50. That's a +3. It'll be 3rd and 7, St. Lawrence.
3rd and 7, a nice tackle there by Thomas Bennett, the 6'2 senior defensive lineman for RPI. As he came in from the other side, his other defensive tackle position, and making the play.
3rd down and 7. Make it backfield for Richardson. 3 right, 2 left. RPI kind of rushing the line. Now they'll drop back. Richardson throws. That is complete to Gallagher. Stays on his feet. Gets the first down at the RPI 40. I'm kind of surprised he was able to stay on his feet at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think he already had the first down as the RPI defensive back in coverage tried to jump the route.
I think it was Bus. No, it wasn't Bus. It wasn't Bus.
But he tried to jump the route in one-on-one coverage. And almost backfired on him as Gallagher made the catch.
He had Gallagher by the legs, but he couldn't hold on. Gallagher was able to get free and then got the yards for the first down. 1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 40, tied at 7, 11:20 to go here, first half. 3 receivers bunched to the right, tight end, or to the left, tight end on the right. Gallagher gets it in the flat to the 40, and Gallagher to the 36.
Again, 4-yard gain for St. Lawrence, brings it to 2nd and 6. But again, St. Lawrence lineman blocking as the ball.
But the pass is behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, okay,
you can do
it was that time. Yep, it was that time.
You can do that in that circumstance.
Correct.
That's what they're doing. They're making sure the pass, in many cases, they're making sure the pass is behind the line of scrimmage, and therefore they can block. 2nd and 6 for St. Lawrence. Richardson gives Payne. Payne, 35, somewhere around the 33. It was just a massive bodies there, and he's down.
Yeah, they're going to spot it. Yeah, you're right, 33-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and short 2.
St. Lawrence's 5th possession of the day, interception, touchdown, and 2 punts in that order. They'll spread it out this time. Gardner in the slot in the backfield. He stays in the block. Payne takes the carry. Tried to follow Gardner, but he doesn't have enough room. Half a yard at best on 3rd down and 3. It'll be 4th and 2.
Yeah, good job by RPI. The linebacker is stepping up and filling the holes and not letting Payne get anywhere. So 4th and 2 for St. Lawrence. And they're going to go for it here in the field position. Fourth and 2.
3 receivers stacked to the left. Payne in the backfield. You've got a tight end on the right. Richardson out of the shotgun. Snap in the flat again to Gallagher. He's got a first down, and Gallagher's along the sidelines and forced down around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, screen pass to Gallagher. As RPI only, they seem to be only sending out 2 people. So they're lining up. St. Lawrence is lining up a sort of a triangle formation with the receivers, and the guy in the far end at the point of the triangle is making the catch, as the other 2 are blocking. So a good design play.
9 to go here, first half, tied at 7. 1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 20. 2 receivers each side. Oh, RPI just crossed, and the offensive lineman moved, and this play is dead.
Yeah.
That is Haffenden, who then moved once an RPI player crossed the line of scrimmage.
Right. This is going to be. They're going to call this an RPI. Looks like they're going to call this an RPI.
If you run across and the offensive player reacts,
absolutely, I agree.
It's your fault for crossing the line.
I agree that this should be an RPI.
Yeah, it's not a bad play by Haffenden.
Right.
He crossed far enough that Haffenden, I didn't know what was happening, and boom, you get 5 yards.
Right.
It's a good play by the lineman there.
Yeah, nice awareness. They seem to want to talk about it for a minute.
1st down and 5, St. Lawrence at the RPI 15. Richardson fakes the handoff, loses the ball, gets it back again, now starts to run with it, and there's nothing happening there. He's going to get a loss of 2 on that, and he's lucky it's only a loss of 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather take the loss of 2. The ball came out, but it landed right back in his hands as he was spinning. He's lucky that it did, so 8:10 left to play in the first, 7-7 RPI.
I'm wondering if that's another busted play because it looked like he was trying to give it to Payne, and Payne didn't want it. And hit off Payne. That's why he lost the ball. It actually hit off Payne as he held the ball out there. Either it was a busted play or his fake is a little bit too good, maybe. 2nd down and about 7. Richardson rolls right pass. That's complete and out of bounds is Gardner around the 13.
Pass by Richardson to Gardner, complete.
Make it the 12. So it'll be a 3rd down and 2, St. Lawrence.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. St. Lawrence doing a good job with these short passes.
At the RPI 12.
These short little 5-yard slant passes and getting a couple yards after the catch.
3rd and 2 St. Lawrence in what may actually be 4-down territory for the Saints. 3 receivers stacked to the right, tight end on the left. Handoff is to Payne. Payne's got a lot of room to the 5. He's got a 1st down. He's down at the 3. Good work by RPI because there was a lot of room there for him to possibly move into, and they were able to close that up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Payne had a big hole to go through and a nice tackle.
Greenidge kind of getting him from behind.
Yeah, Greenidge sort of came in there getting from behind and at least slowing him up so the rest of his teammates can help him out make the tackle.
1st and goal St. Lawrence on the RPI 3. 7-all is your score. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Oh, pardon me, the first half. I should get that right. RPI making there's substitutions being made. I'm not sure what happened here. The officials stopped the play clock, so a substitution could be made, and St. Lawrence is also substituting at this point. Greenidge ran off the field almost as if he had to go off. Did he lose his helmet or something?
Yeah, usually they stop the clock only when equipment problems. So.
Or maybe his chin strap got loose or something like that. 1st and goal, St. Lawrence. Payne takes, oh, nope, not Payne. Richardson takes it in. Good fake on the handoff that time. Richardson in for the touchdown. St. Lawrence leads 13-7.
Yeah, good fake by Richardson. Everybody thought Payne had it, including you and I. I was just about to say, nice tackle, keeping Payne from going, but Richardson had it into the end zone, so a great fake by Richardson and into the touchdown. 13-7, St. Lawrence leads.
Their first lead of the game. Out for the extra point is Cavallo, and that is up and good. So it's 14-7 in St. Lawrence's favor here in the second quarter.
Yeah, totally fooling the whole entire RPI defense on that fake, as it would have been a nice stop by RPI. Connor McCrum had Payne stop dead, but unfortunately for him, Payne didn't have the ball.
Yes.
RPI would like to thank the following sponsors: Sodexo, the Recovery Sports Grill, SubQ.
Not much of a crowd here in Troy today. Again, it's in the 60s, partly sunny. It's kind of a nice day. I usually talk about this. You're in the Northeast. This might be your last good weekend if you want to be outside.
Well, we were saying that in December last year.
Yes, it was a long time last year. Nobody's at the hockey game because it might be the last good weekend. Hebert getting ready to kick it off for St. Lawrence. Again, he's got the wind. Not going to make the end zone, though. Munoz Watts takes it at the 5-yard line. 10, 15, cuts a little bit to the right, to the 20. That's it. He stopped at the 20-yard line. Good kick coverage by St. Lawrence.
Yeah, good kick coverage by St. Lawrence, and surprised at the wind. They sort of dialed down that kick a little bit, so it didn't get carried in the wind, and forcing RPI to make a return. As RPI starts on their own 21-yard line.
We should give you the St. Lawrence defense. Hugo Neyes. We're going to go with that pronunciation on the defensive line along with Chiron, Brown Wallace, Ryan Byrne, and Michael LaRusso. Linebackers are Jason Lee, Skylar Williamson, Alec Beach. cornerbacks are Charlie Estrellas and Austin Lorcella, and the safeties are James Holly Grisham and Evan Lapice. First and 10 RPI. They'll say the 21-yard line. On first down, Trimper keeps it himself, and he'll lose yards back to the 19.
Yeah, right now the RPI offensive line getting totally dominated by the front four of St. Lawrence.
Loss of 1, second down and 11.
And RPI has no semblance of a run game there.
It's been tough getting the running game going. And this is where we can talk about, it was mentioned in the interview with Coach Izernia, and we saw in the first 3 weeks, the deep passing game for RPI has been lacking this year. Second down, Trimper gives it to Ramsdell, cutting behind the line of scrimmage, and he's stopped near the 20. I mean, it's just, there were only 3 guys from St. Lawrence who were not following that play at that point.
Right, I'm thinking a bootleg would work and put run Trimper opposite. He has all sorts of green to run. So Coach Isernia saw that in the first quarter. That's how they got their touchdown. But he hasn't been going back to that. If they bootleg Trimper around the opposite side, I think that's going to get big yardage for our team.
Burn on the tackle, or leading on the tackle on the previous play for St. Lawrence. 3rd and 10 RPI. Trimper heavily left. He's going to go right, and St. Lawrence, they didn't bite on that one at all. RPI was outnumbered 3-2 on that side. Trimper had 1 blocker, and there were 3 defenders.
Yeah, everybody blocked the opposite way, and Trimper had no blockers, and 4 guys trying to make the tackle. So I don't know what that play call was designed to do.
Holly Grisham leading the tackle there, Williamson on it as well for St. Lawrence. So 4th down, and RPI is going to punt.
After going backwards.
Yes, they went a little bit backwards from the 21 back to the 20. Razik back at his own 5, waiting to snap. Holly Grisham at the 45 on his side of the field, waiting the kick. Low kick. Grisham takes it at the 41, runs east-west, tries to escape some guys, and he stopped at the 39. So loses 2 yards on that one. It's going to end up pretty good for RPI in terms of that punt. You can't be upset about that. 4:28 to go here, first half. St. Lawrence 14, RPI 7.
Well, poor Matt Garvey missed his block, and Garvey's man he was supposed to block wound up making the tackle. I don't know. I think Garvey got confused because he was like, if I hit him, is the referee going to call a block in the back? When it actually, I think it would have been from the side. So I don't blame Garvey for not making the block. But that was Garvey's man who made the tackle because Garvey missed his block, whether intentionally or not.
St. Lawrence looking to make it a 2-score game with 4:28 to go in the half. Richardson starting out with his squad at the 39-yard line. Richardson scanning the field, puts the ball up, looking for Gallagher, and it just goes off his fingertips at the RPI 37.
Well, St. Lawrence now playing to win. They have the win going in the second quarter. And so Richardson just putting the ball up there. It's sort of floating on him a little bit, but he is doing a good job putting it where only his receivers can get it. 4:23 left to play in the second. 14-7. St. Lawrence leads RPI. 2nd and 10.
RPI's total offense is not good today. Their scoring drive was only 25 yards. After that, maybe 10 yards total offense. It's not a lot for RPI.
And they start on a 25-yard line.
Right, yeah, that's why. They started on the 25 for a 25-yard drive. Pass complete to Payne in the flat. Payne's got some running room here. Gets close to a first down. He's near in between the 48 and 49 of St. Lawrence. He's just short of a first down, it looks like.
Yeah, just short. 2nd and about a half a yard. But a nice tackle of Payne.
3rd and short for the Saints. Under 4 to go here, first half. A quick moving first half in Troy. A lot of ground game here. St. Lawrence has been running the ball for a lot of this game. And their passes are usually short passes that are completed and keeping the clock moving. So 3rd and short for the Saints. Play clock's about to expire. They get the snap off. Payne takes the ball, and he's got the first down. Able to put his shoulder forward, gets a little bit across the 50-yard line, and that'll move the chains with 3:31 to go first half.
Yeah, Payne's getting lower right now than the tacklers. 3:25 left to play in the second quarter. 14-7, St. Lawrence leads RPI. St. Lawrence going the no huddle, getting the play from the sideline, so it's taking a lot out of RPI right now.
And it's not letting RPI's defense switch because RPI likes to move people in and out of the game. If St. Lawrence isn't changing, RPI could, but you risk having people moving on and off the field when the ball is snapped. Richardson throws on first down. That is complete to Gallagher. Escapes one man. He's got a first down and pushed out at the 36.
That was just a very poor tackle. Didn't see who was over there. I think it was Egan. But he had the coverage was there. Just a very poor tackle. He just sort of left out his arm and receiver ran right through it.
1st and 10. St. Lawrence at the RPI 36. 2:45 to go in the first half. 14-7. St. Lawrence leads. Richardson fakes, now throws, and it's incomplete. Gallagher also pushed his defender, but he's going to be okay on that.
Yeah, the ball ended out of bounds. It was uncatchable, but a good coverage by RPI.
Stefanski?
Yes, Stefanski. Good coverage by Stefanski. Nowhere for Gallagher to go to even try to catch that ball, and Stefanski wasn't going to get it. So, nice job by him.
Clock stops at 2:36 to go in the half. 2nd and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 36. One receiver left, two right, in the flat to Payne. Payne, can he escape one man? No, this time he's not going. Ooh, loses the ball. RPI scoops it up. Egan going the other way. Egan to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in for the touchdown. So Payne trying to get some yards, coughs up the ball, and Egan runs it back the other way for the TD. If I'm St. Lawrence, my argument here is forward progress had ended and the play should have been blown dead.
Yeah, and I think that's what
they may be doing.
The replay here. That play was actually made by RPI.
Yeah, that was the ball getting knocked out by an RPI defender, and then Egan picks it up.
RPI sideline. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
We're going to get a penalty, a sideline warning here, too, for RPI.
So Ralph Isernia is noticeably upset. There was a flag out at the 30-yard line. And to be honest, we were still analyzing stuff and kind of missed that call.
Well, the initial play was made by number 55, Oliver Cager. He's a linebacker for RPI. Great job reading the screen to Payne. RPI finally realizing that they like to do the screen to Payne. Cager did not bite on the fake, read the screen, knocked the ball loose from Payne, which now allowed Egan to pick it up. So we are going to get a penalty. The touchdown is going to be wiped off the board.
There's a penalty against RPI, and St. Lawrence has the ball.
No,
RPI has the ball.
RPI has the ball.
Okay, RPI has the ball. Okay, here's where the confusion is.
So it must have been a loose ball. It must have been during the return.
Correct.
During the return,
okay.
The penalty happened.
So let's square this away again. The fumble does count. RPI gets the ball, but the touchdown's wiped off because there's a 15-yard penalty against RPI on the return. So RPI has it 1st and 10 at their 20.
Now we're going to get a timeout. We totally missed that series of plays because we were busy analyzing with Caja and the tackle.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Pick the ball
Stewart
up.
Shop
Now let's
is
see on
my
the replay.
coffee shop. They have delicious pastries,
there's Egan
bagels
right there.
with free cream cheese, egg with cheese.
Hey, morning, Mary.
You can't see on the replay
today.
They call a block
today
in the
I think I'm
back.
gonna go for
After Egan picked up the ball, they called a
House
block
blend has
block
such
in the
great
back.
flavor, but there
on
are
one of the
times when I get
receivers.
flavored coffee, like
That's what the flag
hazelnut,
was.
French vanilla,
Then
richer roast,
Coach
and right
Isernia
now
was
they have
very
pumpkin
upset that they
spice.
made
Thursday,
that call
September
block in the back.
29th is
It looked like he
National
didn't even
Coffee
touch
Day.
him.
Celebrate with free coffee.
He gave a sideline
hot or
warning to
iced,
Coach
any
Isernia.
size,
Another
from
15
noon to close at your
so
Stewart
all
shop.
in all, 30 yards worth of penalties here.
Good catch on that.
That explains why the ball is all the way back at the 20.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense because it would have been 35, but the play really wasn't at the 35-yard line at that point.
I'd like to thank our colleagues at RPI TV for getting the replay up on the TV screen. So.
And good work by Ed for figuring all that out watching the replay. So RPI has a 1st and 10 at their own 20 after those penalties. Tripper doesn't see anything downfield, has to roll over to his right. Flag comes out. Pass is along the sidelines. I think they're going to call that complete, but I don't think this is going to count. I think this is holding against RPI.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a hold. Flag right in the backfield. It is going to be a hold against RPI. So again, this is going to come back.
So St. Lawrence fumbled the ball. They still lead 14-7 here. 2:14 to go in the first half. RPI with possession further back in their own territory.
That's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 20 at the RPI 10.
And I mentioned before on that fumble, let's not kill this one too much, but forward progress, looking at the replay, no, they should not have called
Correct.
for forward progress. He was still moving, and he had maybe been stopped briefly when he got hit. So it was not a situation where they should have called him down for forward progress. It was the right call by the officials to allow the play to continue. First and 20, RPI. Trimper drops back. Now he's going to run for it himself. To the 15, no, doesn't make the 15. Stopped at the 14, and St. Lawrence is calling a timeout, I believe, with 2:07 to go in the half.
Yeah, good timeout by St. Lawrence, because now
Second and 16.
if RPI doesn't make a first down, you're forcing them to punt here, and you at least get the ball back to try to get a touchdown going on.
Timeout, St. Lawrence.
Interesting turn of events. So we went from 14-7, and we thought it was 14-14 for a moment. Then they took the touchdown away, and now RPI is pinned deep in their own territory. So a good swing of events.
Time to remind you, you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium on the RPI campus in Troy, New York. Kurt Stud, Ed DeGarian on the call for you today. 2:07 to go here, first half. St. Lawrence leads RPI 14-7.
Down the hill in Troy Plaza at 120 Music Street. Subway, eat fresh.
So RPI and Coach Isonia needing to talk about this, what they want to do, as it's second and long. And their running game is non-existent today, so St. Lawrence just pinning their ears back and putting pressure on as Trimper is running for his life all over the field.
David Scott is the referee today, who's been doing a lot of work out there, especially recently. Second and 16, ball to 14 for RPI. Trimper puts it up in the air and almost picked off. This one goes out of bounds. That was a nice diving attempt on the side there by Loricella. He couldn't get it, but that was not the best place to throw the ball.
No, not the best place to throw the ball to. Loricella made a great play, but I don't think he would have got it, even if he did make an athletic catch. I don't know if he would have came down in bounds with that. Both teams seem to be going to the sideline, so third and long for RPI.
Well, there's 2:02 left to go. Third and 16. St. Lawrence has 2 timeouts left. If they don't get a first down, St. Lawrence is getting his ball back. Hand off to Costello, cutting through the backfield and caught on the far side. Deach got a hold of him and took him down for 15.
Yeah, St. Lawrence just following the runner when he goes in motion, knowing that he's going to get the ball. St. Lawrence just following him. And now St. Lawrence calls a timeout, which is actually a pretty smart move. Still 1:57, they force RPI to punt. And you're still going to have, over a minute left to make a drive and
a timeout.
And a timeout and go up by, if you're St. Lawrence, you want to try to go up by 14 points. So good job by them, shutting down RPI. But after the turnover and the initial touchdown by RPI, their play calling, their run game has virtually disappeared.
Again, if we're going to look at these stats, and RPI may have 30 to 35 total yards in offense this half. I mean, they put penalties in there. They'll have total offense, and it won't count the penalties. I'm keeping track of drives, so I don't always have the right numbers. And the punt by Razik is low. Holly Grisham signals fair catch, lets the ball roll. It'll be stopped at the St. Lawrence 46. So 1:48 left to go in the half. St. Lawrence has it at their own 46. They're up by 7.
Holly Grisham very lucky on that. When he called the fair catch, ball almost bounced right into him as he let it go. So once you decide you're not going to catch it, you run far away from it to prevent that from happening. So Holly Grisham getting very lucky. The ball doesn't touch him to give RPI the ball. But St. Lawrence has the ball first and 10 on the RPI 46.
No, the St. Lawrence 46.
St. Lawrence 46, sorry.
Okay, so they've lost some time and some yards, but we're back to the same situation. St. Lawrence with the ball late in the first half. Caught, that's complete to the RPI 40, and that'll be a first down to Gallagher.
A nice slant by Gallagher, but again, the RPI defense, getting in between the receiver and the end zone, so making a stop.
Stefanski on the tackle there for RPI. First and 10 St. Lawrence at the RPI 39. 1:30 to go here in the first half. Richardson puts it up. Is that caught? Yes, that's caught by May, and he fell down immediately at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice catch there by May. Again, it took off on Richardson a little bit. Wasn't placed right, but a good catch by May.
3 wideouts, man in the slot to the right. Richardson rolls out to his right, puts the ball up, and that's out of play. He threw that one away, and it hits one of the cheerleaders. It goes to one of the cheerleaders with a megaphone. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yes, the megaphone. He knocks it away with the megaphone.
Yeah, nice pressure by Greenwich, knocking down Richardson and making him throw that ball away. So a good job by the defensive tackle.
3rd and 6 for St. Lawrence in what is 4-down territory. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 1:06 to go in the half. Four wide receivers for Richardson. Rolling right. Good block in the backfield by Payne to give Richardson time, but Richardson stays on his feet, some bad tackles, and now he's out at the 32. 56 seconds left, and it'll be 4th down and about 3. Now make it 4. 4th down and 4 for St. Lawrence.
Yeah, very, very poor tackling by RPI.
Richardson carry knocked out of bounds.
And
4th
Coach
down and 4
Isonia
for St. Lawrence.
giving Dave Scott, the referee, an earful right now, saying there should be a hold in the backfield.
4th and 4, St. Lawrence at the RPI 32. This looks like it's out of Cavallo's range. So they will go for it on 4th down. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Richardson throws over the middle. Gallagher's got it. No. Where'd the ball go?
It was tipped by Gallagher.
It was tipped and it goes incomplete. It ended up in the hands of one of the RPI defenders.
Yeah, it was tipped by Gallagher, and then the ball hit the turf.
And Hayes got it. So incomplete on 4th down, and St. Lawrence turns it over on downs.
So 52 seconds remaining for RPI right now, and they are not going with the wind. So and they don't have much of a running game. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Isonia calls here.
St. Lawrence does have 1 timeout left. RPI can take knees and end the half. They'll get the ball to start out the second half. St. Lawrence has had the ball 7 times. 6 of their 7 drives have ended on RPI side of the field. Engineers 1st and 10 at their own 32. To Vinnis, that running game is still nothing. He stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, well, it could be worse. Yes, they're ending on RPI side of the field, but they're not ending in scores. So,
well, 2 of them did.
2 of them did.
2 of them did.
But not all 6.
Right.
Loss of a yard.
So
2nd down and 11.
It's a good ratio for RPI. At least they're making stops after the 2 initial scores. And
RPI does have to snap the ball 1 more time, assuming St. Lawrence doesn't take any timeouts. Tavinis takes it on 2nd down. This will be a positive gain, and he gets out for 7 yards, 5 yards. 5 yards to the 37. And RPI's in no rush to snap the ball again.
Nope. RPI, they're just going to let the half run down, and that's what they're doing. They're going to wait until the official raises the ball for the half. RPI, did a good job forcing the turnover, coming down the end of coming down on the ensuing possession to score. And then St. Lawrence never been behind, but they didn't panic. They realized they still had a lot of time left. It was only the first possession for RPI, and really shutting down RPI and establishing that defense that we heard so much about. But RPI fortunate to be down by only 7. Fortunate to be down by only 7, but they could have been tied too.
They could have been tied if the fumble had gone the other way. St. Lawrence has also twice turned the ball over. RPI turned that into 7 of their 7 points. I think both teams are going into the locker room saying we could have done better. We've made mistakes, we could have done better, and the one team that's a little bit happier is St. Lawrence because it's better to go into the lead than not.
Right, it is. And I believe Coach Isonia has to go into the locker room and say, hey guys, we have to establish some sort of a running game. It starts up front with the offensive linemen. You have to establish that line of scrimmage. And St. Lawrence, their defensive line, doing a great job playing on in the RPI backfield, and that has to change if you're going to get any sort of running game, even passing game. He can't pass. Tripper can't pass if he has no protection. So.
After that initial 25-yard, what's the total offense? We just got the stats. 49 for RPI.
49.
You're not going to win a lot of games with 49 total yards and a half.
49 total yards on 22 total plays.
Yeah, that's
And
not a winning combination.
St. Lawrence has 176 yards on 47 total plays. So,
well, we're going to take a break, run you down the highlights of last weekend's Liberty League football action, then we'll be back for the second half of play here in Troy. The score after one half of play at the East Campus Stadium, it is St. Lawrence 14, RPI 7.
Fans, be a part of Rensselaer Ice Hockey. For more information about the men's and women's Division I hockey programs or for tickets, please contact the Houston Fieldhouse at 518-276-6262. RPI men's soccer takes on University of Rochester following the football game at 5 o'clock here at East ECAV Stadium. Come out and show your support. safety for RPI, 418, Cutting Ramsdale. Return by Munoz Lux.
Very jerky. You probably don't want to use my replay.
Out to the 36-yard line. First down and 10 RPI at their own 36. Shepard on the carry, out to the RPI 41-yard line. Second down and 5. Completion to Ackerman. First down, Engineers. Shepard pass to Esposito, complete. Second down and 10. From the St. Lawrence 47. Shepard completes a pass to Esposito. Pickup of 3 yards. Third down and 7 from the St. Lawrence 44.
Delay. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
RPI called for a delay of game. That's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be third down and 12 from the St. Lawrence 49-yard line. Shepard set in the backfield back to the RPI 46-yard line. Loss of 5. Holly Grisham on the return takes it to the 6-yard line. First down and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 6-yard line. Payne on the carry. Three-yard carry. 2nd and 7 from the 9-yard line. Richardson pass complete. First down and 10 for St. Lawrence at their own 40-yard line. Pass complete to Gardner. Carried by Wonka. Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 from the St. Lawrence 43. Richardson on the carry. Tackle made by Bennett. Third down and 3 from the St. Lawrence 47-yard line. Pass complete to Gardner. First down and 10 for St. Lawrence at the RPI 49-yard line. Payne on the carry, no gain, 2nd down and 10 from the RPI 49-yard line. pass to Gallagher incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Richardson pass to Payne is complete. 21-yard reception. 1st and 10 at the RPI 28. Pass from Richardson to Gallagher, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the RPI 28.
Sun shining on the field here. No adverse weather. Saints going against the wind in this 3rd quarter. RPI took the ball. Saints can pick the side. Payne with the maneuver. Gets to the outside. Cuts the corner. Flag comes out in the backfield. Payne would have a 1st down if this counts, but I doubt it will.
No, this is going to be, it's either going to be a hold or a chop block. They're going to call a hold against St. Lawrence, but that was pretty obvious. So we keep 3rd down. That's what strong Payne. So we're going to play the 3rd down after the 10-yard penalty.
2nd down and 20.
So it resulted in a 2nd and 20.
RPI 38.
Out of town, Uni now has a 10-7 lead on Hobart at the half. WPI 14-0 over Springfield in the 2nd. WPI is also undefeated, 3-0 coming into league play. They've been playing pretty good football. 2nd and 20 for RPI, for St. Lawrence. Passing the flat to Gallagher along the sidelines, 35. Gallagher's out at the 30. And he got 8 of the 10 penalty yards back on 2nd down.
Yeah, Gallagher with the catch, but again, a nice block as the pass was in the backfield by
3rd and 12 from the RPI 30-yard line.
to enable them to get the yardage back. 14-7 St. Lawrence over RPI.
3rd down and 12 for St. Lawrence. Again, the range of their kicker is not the best, so I suspect this is 4-down territory. Don't look for them to necessarily get 12 on this play. If they can get most of it or some of it, that'll set up a 4th and short, and they're willing to go for it. Richardson sees Payne over the middle, doesn't throw it to him. Now he's going towards the sidelines, and that's out of bounds. Did Bus catch it inbound?
I think Bus got it.
They're arguing over this. No, they're going to say out of bounds. I didn't think he did. You know, I didn't think he got a foot down.
He definitely caught it.
Yes, oh, there's no doubt about
He
that.
definitely caught it.
4th down and 12.
Yes, he obviously caught it, but I don't think he got a foot down.
Right. Oh, St. Lawrence got away with a face mask there too on the lineman. But we have the benefit of replay. Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, if there was replay in this game, that might get overturned.
If there was a red flag and I was Coach Essoni, I would have filmed.
Yeah. That was a lot closer than I thought. We're going to see a better angle here.
That is.
Ooh, now I'm not sure. Now that foot might have come down the line.
I think his toe was on the wall.
Yeah, the foot might have come down.
Not his whole foot. Not his whole foot. His heel definitely landed in bounds. Might have been his toe that was on it.
4th and 12 at the 30, and St. Lawrence is coming out in punt formation. Gallagher is the up man, and he's a wide receiver. I would look for a fake here.
Yes, and they're going into the wind too. So
they are going into the wind.
This might be a snap to the up man.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might go to Gallagher and not to the punter. They're going to go for a delay of game here, so they'll get backed up 5. I guess St. Lawrence was looking to see if RPI would jump. They didn't, so there'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be 4th down, and St. Lawrence will kick from the scrimmage from the 35.
Yes. So this is
4th
more
down
like
and 17 from the RPI 35-yard line.
Lorchella is the punter for St. Lawrence. He's only back 12 yards instead of the usual 15. Now he's backing up a little bit more.
I wouldn't rush the punt. I'd make him punt it if St. Lawrence has anything to try.
Lorchella kicks the ball away. Davies lets it bounce, and this is going to be another good work job by the St. Lawrence special teams as RPI is pinned inside the 1 again. 5:46 to go, 3rd quarter. St. Lawrence 14, RPI 7.
Yeah, and it's as close to the end zone as you can get.
Down inside the 1 yard line, RPI will take over first
So
down.
a good
and
kick
10.
by Lorchella. Rolling the correct way this time. He didn't roll the opposite way. He rolled to his right, cooked it to his right, and that's what happens. Now RPI has to go the entire length of the field.
Trimper takes the team out there. He'll be under center. 1st and 10 inside the 1 for RPI. Trimper has trouble. Oh, he just barely gets out of the end zone. It looks like he was having trouble moving to his right. He's able to get a half a yard to the 1.
I think he might have tripped over one of his linemen, and he just had to dive to get the ball.
2nd down and 10 for RPI. from
St.
their
Lawrence
1
playing
yard line.
the field position game here, pushing RPI back deep. And a mistake by RPI here could be very costly. RPI only down by 7. If you look at the stats in today's game, it's difficult to believe that. There's only the 2nd possession for RPI in this half, as it's coming up on 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Trippert fakes a handoff, rolls out, he's running in the end zone, looks downfield, and now he's going to throw this one away. And they're still pushing and shoving. Ackerman is going at it with one of the defensemen, that's Jeffrey for St. Lawrence. They're going at it out in the middle of the field.
3rd
No
down and
flags.
10.
Yeah, and right now you're running into dangerous territory because you got to get positive yardage. Otherwise, your punter doesn't have enough room to kick the ball.
Third down and 10 at the 1. Trimper goes under center. Gives to his running back for RPI. That was Chella in there. And he stopped at the 4, and it'll be 4th down, and the punt team will come out for RPI.
Yeah, and right now there's no margin for error. You gotta have a good snap, and you gotta get the kickoff right away.
And Razik has to, remember if something goes wrong, force the ball out of the end zone or grab it and go to the ground. Just take the safety at this point.
That's right.
Any mistake, take the safety.
Bad snap, run out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Ollie Grisham is in between the 40 and 45 on RPI side of the field as the Engineers are getting ready to punt. Snap, good. Razik gets rid of the ball. Ollie Grisham takes it at the 45. Runs laterally, now stutter steps, and his indecision will cost him. He only gets 2 yards on the return. I think if he just started heading upfield in any direction, he would have gotten more.
Yeah, actually really good coverage of RPI too. Deep in their own territory. Good
And
kick,
Domino's conveniently
right check,
located at 198 Music Street. Domino's.
and good
You never
coverage,
have too much.
resulting in the best possible outcome for RPI.
Yes.
With only a return of 2 yards.
So we have 4:05 to go here, 3rd quarter. St. Lawrence up 14-7. They have it 1st and 10 at the RPI 43. Richardson on 1st down, finds a man. Short pass, and immediately tackles was made by Stefanski, who stopped at the 39.
Yeah, Stefanski did a great job reading that play. I think RPI, the linebackers and the coverage team, is finally smartening up to the fact that St. Lawrence is going to pull those short screens and those short 5-yard out plays. But RPI doing a good job reading them.
2nd and 5 for St. Lawrence. 3 receivers stacked to the left. No receivers on the right, just a tight end over there. Saints go to Gallagher in the flat. Gallagher to the 35. 34 is as far as he got. That'll be the end of his forward progress. It'll be a 3rd down for St. Lawrence.
Yeah, again, and I actually heard the coaching staff for RPI on the sideline when they were in that formation yelling, screen, 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 screen. So, you know, every time St. Lawrence has lined up in that formation, it's been a screen. So, RPI doing a better job reading these plays now.
Looks like Gallagher ran off without his helmet on. He might have lost his helmet and had to go off for a play. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Maybe closer to 2, actually, for St. Lawrence. At the RPI 35-yard line. Richardson takes the handoff, kicks himself. Richardson not going to get the 1st down. He slid.
Richardson on the carry.
He got hit and slid at the 34. Had he cut inside and dove for it, I think he would have had it. Instead, it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, so this is interesting now. It looks like St. Lawrence is going to go for it, but
4th down and 1.
Hunter had been punting straight. So it looks like St. Lawrence is going to go for it here.
2.5 to go, 3rd quarter. St. Lawrence 14, RPI 7. Ball at the 34 for a 4th and 1 for St. Lawrence. Gallagher's back in the game. He's one of the receivers to the right. They put 3 on that side of the Saints. Richardson. And he hands off, and he goes to Payne, and Payne is stopped short, I believe. He stopped between the 33 and 34, and I believe that is short.
If I was St. Lawrence, I'd ask for a measurement.
They can ask for it, and they're probably going to measure at this point.
Yeah, to be safe, you want to measure.
Yeah, you want to measure, but this is going to be short.
Yes, we can
We can eyeball it, and he's definitely short.
Yeah, we can eyeball it. He had to get to the 37. I'm sorry, the 33. He's on about the 34 and a quarter.
So the chains come over. WPI has increased their lead. It's now 17-0 over Springfield. That's in the 2nd quarter. Yep, he is short. So RPI stopped St. Lawrence on down in between the 33 and 34 on the RPI side of the field. 2:10 to go here, 3rd quarter. St. Lawrence 14, RPI 7.
Great stand by RPI. Now, let's see if the offense can take that momentum and turn it into something good for RPI. Still got 2:10, so even if you get a field goal, that's positive the way this game has been going for RPI.
What they need to do is move the ball.
Right.
That's what they're not doing.
You can't do anything without moving.
I think they have 20 yards of total offense in their first 2 drives. Trimper, 1st and 10 at the 33, down by 7, looking downfield. He's going to run with it. 35 to the 40, stays on his feet to the 45, escapes the tackle to the 50, to the sideline. Trimper to the 40, 35. Now he'll get hit, and he scores out of bounds on the far side. Aaron took him out, but he gets down to the 29-yard line.
Nice job by Trimper. We had a St. Lawrence player who slowed to get up. I think what happened was when he tried to dive to make the tackle, they ran into him. Let's see what happens here on the replay. Yeah, I couldn't really see it on that, what happened. But.
It's Lee, and I think that was further away. Of course, if you're listening on the radio, you have no idea what I was just looking at, so I'm really talking to Ed on that one. So Lee gets off the field on his own power. And it'll be 1st and 10 RPI St. Lawrence 29. 1:50 to go here, 3rd quarter. RPI trails by 7. 3 wideouts to the right. Handoff is to Tavinis. Tavinis is one of his better runs today. Gets 4 yards to the 25.
Yeah, Tavinis, actually, that was a good play by RPI. It didn't really fool St. Lawrence a lot, but you know what? That was momentum. Hey, we can do the section as well. So Tavinis doing a good job running through the hole, getting a good 5 yards on that. We're up 2nd and 5.
RPI on St. Lawrence's side of the field for only the third time today. They've only had one possession end on St. Lawrence's side of the field, and that was the touchdown, the first possession today. Halfback or the wide receiver option misses Reedy on the play. And that was Robert Law.
Yes.
We're going to call it the receiver option. I don't know if he's lined up as a back.
He was the flanker on the other side coming around. So it was the flanker option. But he also had a man wide open. And he made the wrong read. I think it was Davies that was open in the middle of the field. Where all he had to do was just lay it over and Davies would have easy touchdown.
It went to Reedy and it went incomplete. That makes it 3rd down and 6 for RPI. Trimper throws, that's caught, and that's complete for a first down. And spun around quite a bit with Ramsdale, but he's got it at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, so good drive so far. Converting on the 3rd down. That's only the 2nd time they've done that all game.
We have an injured RPI player on the field, so we'll have a timeout. Ciaran Stewart is the injured player. So official timeout with 57 seconds left, 3rd quarter, RPI 14-7. They're trailing. RPI's trailing 14-7, but with the ball with the first down at the 17-yard line coming up.
Yeah, and impressive drive so far for RPI. It's what they needed. They had a huge stop. St. Lawrence had a 4th and 2, and they wound up getting a 1.5 yards. So RPI had a huge stop, and they need to take that momentum now. Ciaran Stewart's off, walking into his own power off the field. Good round of applause for him by the crowd here. Good crowd on a beautiful day for football for both RPI. St. Lawrence traveled well too. St. Lawrence has a good-sized crowd over there for D3 football.
You have to put the qualifier in there. And that's not to knock the play. I mean, this is quality football that we watch over the years here. That's not to knock the play. It's just that it's not as popular as Michigan.
Correct.
You don't get the same kind of crowd at an RPI game as you do at a Michigan game. 1st and 10, RPI at the 17-yard line of St. Lawrence. RPI trails by 7. They'll get Ramsdale cutting behind the line of scrimmage. He runs out of real estate and goes out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a design play. I think Ramsdale wanted to turn up and run out of bounds sooner, but we like to remind you, you're listening to 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. And again, along with Kurt Stark, bringing you the action for RPI football here from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York.
2nd and 10 at the 17. Three receivers bunched together to the left for Trimper. He's looking left, doesn't see anything. Somebody got knocked down for St. Lawrence. There's a flag coming out. This isn't going to count. It's incomplete, but there's a flag coming out, and it's a penalty against RPI.
Yeah, pretty much when you knock your timing out between the offensive lineman and the quarterback, this is going to result in a penalty and a holding call, and that's exactly what's going to be holding against RPI. So it's going to bring the play back 10 yards, 2nd down. So.
Holding penalty against RPI.
So that bags RPI
10-yard
up.
penalty.
RPI's Christian Cap is a good kicker, strong leg, so these yards actually do matter. If it comes into play when you want to kick a field goal, you want to back RPI up some and try to prevent them from getting those points on the board. It is a 7-point St. Lawrence lead, 9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Three receivers left, 2 to the right, naked backfield for Trimper. Looks, puts it up, throws, and intercepted by the Saints. Ollie Grisham intercepts it, and the Saints have it as RPI turns it over for the 2nd time today.
Yeah, that's just...
He's got it at the 1, I should say.
Yeah, that just took the wind out of RPI sails. A throw that floated on Trimper into double coverage, a bad decision by Trimper to throw into double coverage to begin with. Then the ball floated on him. Holly Grisham just made it an athletic play. Yes, it's bad they turned the ball over for RPI, but on the bright side, St. Lawrence has it on the 1-yard line, didn't go into the end zone for a touchback. So, see what happens with RPI.
3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. with RPI down by 7. St. Lawrence back at their own 1 after the INT by Holly Grisham. RPI crosses, and is that going to give a gift for St. Lawrence?
I don't know. I thought I saw an offensive lineman move.
Offside.
Guess I didn't.
Nope.
Defense, number 74.
Offsides against RPI, so it goes out to the 6-yard line for a 1st and 5. Three receivers to the left for Richardson. Gives to Payne. Payne's got a hole. Payne to the 15. Payne to the 20. And out to the 25-yard line. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. St. Lawrence gets a chunk of yards there to get a 1st down. A lot of more breathing room, and we'll go into the 4th quarter with St. Lawrence leading RPI 14-7. And a reminder again, this is WRPI Troy, Engineer football from East Campus Stadium. Kurt Stott, Ed DeGarian on the call for you today.
Yeah, and RPI really, they really had a good drive. And you mentioned it, we were talking before the game, Kurt, and you said, in the games that RPI won against Norwich and MIT, RPI still made a lot of mistakes.
They capitalized on the opposition's mistakes, but they also made mistakes.
Yes, and so far in this game, they're making mistakes and they're not capitalizing on the mistakes that St. Lawrence made. St. Lawrence isn't going to make too many mistakes. They capitalized on one, which was the turnover in the beginning of the game. But after that, St. Lawrence really hasn't made a lot of mistakes to make. And RPI is, making their fair share of mistakes, and that's the name of the game. St. Lawrence is capitalizing on RPI's mistakes. St. Lawrence isn't making any mistakes of their own, as many as RPI anyway, and that's where we stand.
And the one mistake that is huge in terms of the scoreboard is he blocked in the back on the fumble recovery, which without would have been a touchdown, and instead RPI got the ball, went back 5 yards, and did nothing with that turnover. And that may be the biggest mistake in this game. 15 minutes on the board, 4th quarter begins. Richardson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's to the 30. And St. Lawrence up by 7. Now moving left to right across your radio dial. RPI is right to left. The Saints move the chains and are looking to get some of this clock down.
2nd down and 3 at the 31-yard line.
So it's important to note St. Lawrence has the wind this quarter anyway.
It's been dying a little bit lately. It's been going up and down. Not as strong as it was earlier, but still. If it's there, it's going in their direction. 2nd down and 4. And Payne goes straight ahead and only gets about a yard to the 33. That should have been 2nd down and 3. It'll be now 3rd down and 2.
1-yard gain. 3rd down and 2.
So again, RPI has to come up with a big stop. St. Lawrence, they really don't use any razzle-dazzle. They just Payne up the middle. That's mostly this game has been Payne up the middle.
Payne is 56 yards rushing after 3 quarters. 3rd and 2 for the Saints. There's been no scoring in this 2nd half. 14-7 was the score at halftime, and that's what it still is. Payne takes it, bounces off a couple of players. Can he get to the 1st down marker? Yeah, he's going to make it. I mean, there was a lot of effort by Payne there, and he's able to at least push away RPI's defender. That was Dorsey, who was trying to take him down. He's now limping off the field, hopping off the field actually on one leg. So Dorsey goes off. He gets replaced by Overstreet. But it's a 1st down for St. Lawrence at their own 35. Critical drive here for RPI. They need a stop sooner rather than later, or else St. Lawrence is going to start burning time off the clock. And the last thing they can do is allow St. Lawrence to have a score. Richardson looking downfield on 1st down, can't find anything. Now he's just going to shovel it away, and that's a completion, and it'll be a good number of yards to May into the RPI side of the field for 40.
Yeah, shovel pass right off to May, but Richardson really had to be careful on that. They had great awareness. He was close to the line of scrimmage when he got that one off.
He was about a yard away. 1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the RPI 40. 12:45 to go. 4th quarter, St. Lawrence leads 14-7. 2 receivers to the left, man in the slot to the left. Gallagher's alone to the right. Wonka is in the backfield now for St. Lawrence. Richardson fakes the handoff to Wonka, keeps it himself, finds a hole to the 30. He's got a first down, 25-20. Richardson to the 15 and down at the 10. Loses his helmet, and since there was nothing untoward on that play, he's got to go off the field for a play.
Down to the RPI 10-yard line.
There was no defensive mistake on that play, no foul or anything, so he has to leave for a play.
Correct.
So St. Lawrence is bringing number 3. Am I not wrong? Is there number 3 on the field? Playing quarterback right now? Because there's no number 3 on the roster.
That is a 3.
Okay. We don't know who's playing quarterback at the moment for St. Lawrence. Whoever it is just handed the ball off to Payne. Payne's going to turn around, push backwards, and he gets to the 7-yard line. That was a first and goal from the 9 for St. Lawrence.
3 yards.
Okay, the unknown quarterback is now making his way to the far side of the field.
Second down and goal from the 7.
You know,
well, Nick Frenger is listed as the second quarterback on the depth chart, but he's number 7.
Yes. I don't know if I see a 7 out there for St. Lawrence.
So it might be Frenger wearing a different number. We're not sure.
We don't know. It wasn't on my cheat sheet. Okay, that's fine. Then I look at the roster, and it's not there either. There's nothing I can do about that. Richardson, second down and goal. Gets the snap. Now he's going to try to move upfield, and he's caught from behind by Gotti. Stopped at the 10.
Richardson sacked.
And goal
Loss
for
of
St.
3 on the
Lawrence.
play.
So
Third down and goal from the 10.
third down and goal from the 10 for St. Lawrence. So RPI doing a good job. They need to keep him out of the end zone here.
Okay, RPI TV is telling us that 3 is actually for Holly Grisham. But that can't be. There's Holly Grisham right there, number 4. I'm thoroughly confused. Third down and goal from about 9. Richardson's going to run for it, and now he's going to get caught short at about the 6.
Richardson picked up
comes the
4
field
yards
goal
on the play.
for St.
It is
Lawrence.
4th down and 6.
So apparently this is in range for the kicker.
Well, if this isn't in range for your kicker, you don't have a kicker. I'm going to say that right now. Carvalho is going to try a field goal. This will be a 23-yard attempt. Snap, spots down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:08 to go, fourth quarter. St. Lawrence leads 73-7.
Right down the middle by Carvalho. And even though they held St. Lawrence to a field goal for the RPI defense,
This afternoon's 50-50.
that is a long way to go. I mean,
The winning number
touchdown
this
was
afternoon.
pretty insurmountable the way RPI has been playing right now. But 10 points is going to be hard pressed. They have to come out and to score right away, either a touchdown, an extra point, or a field goal for RPI. And they got to do it soon. I mean, it's tough because you want a sustained drive to give your defense time to rest because St. Lawrence is going no huddle. But you don't want a too sustained drive where you run out of time and don't leave yourself time to possibly get the ball back. So
bottom line, if RPI wants to win this one, this offense has got to do something now. They need 2 scores, and getting yards has been tough to come by.
Back deep for RPI, Ramsdale and Enos Watts.
WPI 17-0 over Springfield at the half. Kickoff is on its way. Munoz Watts takes it around the 5, 10, 15, to the 20. Munoz Watts, hole closes up. Flag comes out behind all that. So he was at the 25, but I believe RPI is losing yards.
that'll probably be a holding call. So actually it's kind of important the referee just moved where the flag was from 22. So now they're going to RPI is going to start with 12.
Return number 24, 10-yard penalty, first down.
You may not think it makes a big difference, but it
Holding call
does.
against
The
RPI.
spot of the fall. So At least the way our
10-yard
offense
penalty back to the 12-yard line. First down and 10 for RPI at their own 12-yard line.
And looking back, this is the looking back at St. Lawrence. They had 10 possessions, 9 have ended on RPI side of the field, and only 3 resulted in scores. So the defense has held St. Lawrence pretty well today. 17 points. You need to be able to win if you only give up 17 points. Trimpett on first down, throws, and it's caught on the far side out to the 30-yard line for the completion. I think Ramsdale got it.
Yeah, that was a nice back shoulder throw by Trimpett. That seems to be all the rage these days on any level of football. The back shoulder throw, throwing it to where the receiver can get it. A good fight by Ramsdale.
At the RPI 30-yard line, pick up 18 yards on the
First
play.
down for RPI from the 30-yard line.
First and 10 Engineers. 9:40 to go, fourth quarter. RPI trails by 10. Scored on their first possession, first quarter. St. Lawrence tied it up later on, and after that, St. Lawrence has not trailed. Trimpett throws, looks to Ramsdale, around the 42, but that was thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, Trimpett had to get rid of that quickly as he had 3 St. Lawrence players
RPI 30-yard
in
line.
the backfield, led by Ugo Nizi in the backfield, chasing after Trimpett.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line. RPI, naked backfield, 3 left, 2 right. Trimpett's now going to run for it. 30, Trimpett to the 35, Trimpett to the 40, taken down as he finally runs into Lee around the 40 and stopped at the 43. That'll be a first down, RPI.
By Trimpett.
Yeah, first down, a good block by Malik Kelly for RPI to give Trimpett the opportunity to get that first down. He might have been stopped a little bit short, but Malik Kelly wasn't a huge block, wasn't a Sports Center block, but he got in front of the would-be tackler. That's exactly what he had to do. Good job by him.
First and 10 RPI down 43, coming up on 9 to go, fourth quarter. RPI trailing by 10. Trimpett under pressure, throws the ball, and it's incomplete. Looking for Esposito. Was well away from him, but at least he avoided the sack.
And St. Lawrence is screaming for a flag.
Second down and 10.
And I think they should be right because that ball did not make the line of scrimmage.
No, but there was a receiver in the area.
Oh, okay.
There was Esposito was about 4 or 5 yards away.
Okay.
And as Trimpett was throwing, he was kind of getting hit. So you have to give the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Okay.
So I'm going with the officials there. No flag. 5 wideout formation, second and 10 at the 43. Trimpett again under pressure, underthrows Ramsdale around the 45, and it's incomplete.
Trimpett pass to Ramsdale, incomplete.
Yeah, I had some good momentum going there, but 2 incompletions now puts him at 3rd and 10.
23-yard line.
Again, it starts with the line, getting the play. You don't want to be careful. You don't want to get a delayed game call. You got 15 seconds on the play clock.
St. Lawrence is taking a timeout with 8:55 to go here in the fourth quarter, and RPI looking at a 3rd and 10.
Timeout, St. Lawrence.
So St. Lawrence apparently didn't like the defense they were in.
James Ryan's Wake is proud to support RPI Athletics. Head down to downtown Troy and check out their
Now gives
new
RPI time to regroup and get their blocking assignments set for a huge play call.
Don't forget, RPI men's soccer takes on the University of Rochester.
You might want to go for it. If you don't get it here, you might want to consider going for it because you don't 8:55. And the way RPI's defense has been playing, and yes, they've been stopping them, but St. Lawrence has also been getting a good chunks of yards too.
And taking time off the clock. I think it depends on how long the 4th down it is.
Yes.
If it's 4th and 10, I wouldn't, but if it's 4th and 5 or less, I think you go for it. Again, RPI needs 2 scores. They're down by 10. Third and 10, RPI at the 43. 5 receivers out there for Trimpett. Rolling to his left, puts the ball up in the air, and it's incomplete. He had to get rid of that. He was about to get crunched from both sides.
Pass from Tripper to
And it's 4th and 10 RPI at the 43-yard line. It looks like the punt team is headed out there.
Yeah, and he had Keaton Ackerman cutting across the middle with some green, but Trimper was not able to set his feet. He just tossed it high,
for St. Lawrence.
so the punt team comes
James
out.
Holly Grisham.
If I was St. Lawrence, again, I wouldn't rush the punt. I'd let the punter kick it. I wouldn't rush it.
Holly Grisham back to receive the punt. Razic kicks it, goes to the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds, so this is not going to look as good as it did in the air. Let's see where the officials decide they're going to mark it.
30.
Still walking there, 34-yard line. St. Lawrence have it on their side of the field. 8:45 to go in the game. St. Lawrence 17, RPI 7.
34-yard line. St.
You know, I always wonder if the official actually sees it go out of bounds or if he just makes it.
Well, the referee watched the track of the ball,
Okay.
and then he's telling the official where it tracked out of bounds.
Okay.
So that's how it works.
Sort of like my golf shot. I never see where the ball goes in the air.
You're just searching in the woods for it.
Usually the water.
Richardson, delayed handoff to Payne, and Payne only gets 2. He handed off about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it looked like more, but it was only 2 in the end.
Play. 2nd down and 8 from the St. Lawrence 36-yard line.
Actually, less than that. It'll be back at the 36, pardon me. They started out at the 34. Did I write that down correctly?
Yes.
How do you know what I wrote down? You didn't look at my sheet.
I saw where he placed the ball.
2nd and 8 at the 36 for St. Lawrence. Up by 2 scores. Let's see how much ground game they're going to do. 2nd down. Payne takes the handoff through the middle of the line, and he gets to the 41, almost to the 42. And that makes it 3rd and about 2.5 for St. Lawrence.
Payne up the middle. That's been your bread and butter. RPI can't seem to stop it.
3rd down and
So you got to expect it coming again. Just
St. Lawrence 41-yard
the
line.
clock right now.
Pardon me, 3 receivers to the right for St. Lawrence on 3rd down and 3. Under halfway to go through, or less than halfway to go in this 4th quarter. Richardson out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, looks downfield, puts the ball up in the air, and behind all the coverage, that's a completion down to the 15-yard line. May gets it. It looked like RPI was going to get Richardson in the backfield. They don't. Then he finds May behind the defender. Big gain by St. Lawrence, and another score is going to put this one out of reach.
Well, see, that time RPI was ready for that screen as they had a defensive back ready to jump that route that was Hayes saying, hey, watch the screen, and they didn't do it. So, getting big yardage. So RPI definitely needs something here.
Touchdown is going to seal this one. 6:45 to go, 4th quarter. St. Lawrence up by 10. 3 receivers to the left. They'll run that screenplay, almost knocked away. Gallagher gets it, and he's out of bounds at the 11.
Yeah, again, Hayes was back in there trying to knock it away. And just got tripped up. Otherwise, you know, he jumped it, he would have gone the other way for 6. But, you know, RPI seems to know what it's coming now, but too little, too late.
St. Lawrence running the play clock down. As long as the game clock's running, there's no real urge for them to get to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. Richardson fakes the handoff. I saw it this time at the 10-yard line and maybe the 9, and he stopped there. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, 3rd down, 5. RPI needs to stop. St. Lawrence doesn't, you know, really need to
pickup of 2.
Panic.
3rd down and 6 from the 9-yard line.
As much as they can.
RPI.
Let's not discount. They're in field goal range. A field goal means that RPI has to get 2 touchdowns. All right, that's not insignificant right now. It's still a 2-score game, but it's 2 touchdowns instead of a touchdown and a field goal, and that basically negates cap. That's an advantage RPI has. They have a longer range field goal kicker, but if the field goal doesn't help you, you take him out of play. Third down and officially 6, they'll call it. Richardson over the middle looking. Is that complete? Yeah, it's not a first down though. It was complete to Bryant at about the 6.
Incomplete.
And they'll send out the kicking team.
Fourth down at 6.
Oh, they actually called it incomplete.
Oh, they did?
RPI
Yes.
9-yard
Okay.
line.
All right, well, nonetheless, the kicking team's coming out.
Regardless, it's
Daly Hebert on to a
Hebert out to try the field goal
attempt.
Call this one a 26-yard attempt from the right hash. He's a right-footed kicker. The snap's down, the spot, the kick is up. It's not pretty, but it counts. And it's now a 20-7
Kick by
lead for
Hebert
St.
is
Lawrence.
good.
yes, and now RPI
St. Lawrence leads RPI 20-7, 5:18 to go.
get
in the
something. They
game.
can't afford to go backwards. You know, they can't afford to take themselves out with mistakes. Right now,
RPI
it's gut
football's
check
next home
time.
game is Saturday, October 8th against
Too late to call it on the sidelines. Gut check time to see where you do.
Kickoff is at noon.
5:18 left to go. RPI needs 2 touchdowns. They're down 20-7. The only touchdown they got was on their first possession when they intercepted St. Lawrence, got the ball to 25, and then took it in from the 25-yard line. I think it was a 5-play drive.
5-play drive, 25 yards.
Okay. So that's it. That's the only time RPI's gotten the ball that way. It's been tough for RPI. They don't finish on, St. Lawrence is always, except for one drive, finishing on RPI side of the field. And that's something to notice in this game. St. Lawrence is, regardless, ending up on RPI side of the field on their drives, which means that they're winning the field position game. RPI is always starting on their side of the field. St. Lawrence is sometimes starting on RPI side of the field. Who knows why? From about the 3-yard line to the 15, to the 20, stopped at the 21. 5:12 to go. RPI's offense, do or die now.
4-down
21-yard line,
territory,
first
regardless
down
of where
and
you are
10
on the
for
field.
RPI at their own
Just
21-yard
think of it
line.
like that. Think of it as, don't think of it as, it's going to seem a little strange the way I say this, but don't think of it as you need to get into the end zone in 2 plays. Think of it, you have 4 plays, then another 4 plays, then another 4 plays, then another 4 plays.
Out of town, Hobart has taken a 19-17 lead on Union going into the 4th quarter. And Merchant Marine leads Rochester 13-0 in the first. Rochester is RPI's opponent next week. First and 10, RPI at their own 21, down by 13. And overthrows Ramsdale, does Trimpert, and that's not helping the cause.
No, that was not a good throw either.
Incomplete.
Out of bounds on
Second
the
down
throw,
and
nobody can
10.
catch it. So it'll be 2nd and 10, RPI.
RPI at their own 21-yard line.
Very quiet here at the East Campus Stadium.
Yes.
Second and 10, Trimpert loses the snap, picks it up, starts to run with it to the 20, 25, 30. He's got a first down. Trimpert puts his head down, and he stopped around the 33. So it'll be a first down RPI with exactly 5 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Good job by Trimpert losing the ball and getting the first down.
First down,
But very
Engineers.
dangerous there at the end, the way he put his head down.
First and 10 from their
Especially
own
nowadays with
33-yard line.
safety being the name of the game.
Yeah, you'd rather your guy slide at that point.
Correct.
I understand he wants to get a few more yards, but it's not worth getting hurt. Trimpert on first and 10. I don't know, was that a busted play? Because he stepped back and he looked a little confused. He runs up ahead and gets to the 35 for 2 yards.
From the RPI.
But it looked to me like when he looked around, he was a little
line.
confused over what was going on.
Yeah, that's the way it looked like to me as well. But you don't want to keep doing 2 yards.
Yeah. The clock is running. 4:25 to go 4th quarter. RPI needs 2 touchdowns. Trimpert throws and overthrows Esposito. Either Esposito or Davies was the intended receiver, and he overthrew both.
Yeah, they were both in the same area, and I don't think Trimpert knew which guy to throw to. It looked like he didn't know which guy to throw to.
35-yard line.
So it's almost like RPI did a pick against themselves. So 3rd and 8.
Third down and 8. 5 receivers set for Trimper. As Ed mentioned, this is all 4-down territory. Trimper's under pressure, and he avoids the first hit. Now throws the ball, and it's incomplete. Looking for Wells along the sideline. It goes incomplete. Not Wells, pardon me. That was Costello along the sideline. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. And it's 4th and 8 RPI at their own 35.
Yeah, nice job by Trimper keeping the play alive and not taking the sack, but you know, the problem is now this is probably your last play. I mean, there's still 4:11 left to go in the game, but the way RPI, the St. Lawrence offense is playing rather, you know, you got to think of it as you got to convert this. If you don't.
4th down and 8, and people cross, so this could be a free play for RPI. Trimper's going for a whole bunch of yards here, looking for Ramsdell, and it goes incomplete. Ramsdell was in a tussle with LaPiece out there on coverage, but we've got flags on the play. St. Lawrence crossed into the neutral zone, and I believe this is going against St. Lawrence.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be defense offside against St. Lawrence because they didn't whistle the play dead. That's the first clue right there. Downfield too, I thought there was going to be another flag.
It'll be 4th down and 3.
Both hustling with the receiver while the ball was in the air.
The ball at the RPI 40-yard
so St. Lawrence
line.
very lucky that this is only offsides and not an automatic first down. Which, if it was pass interference, it would have been.
4th down and 3 RPI now after the 5-yard penalty. Cut, that's complete. Ackerman has it, got the first down. To the 50, to the 45, to the 40, 30. Ackerman 20 along the sidelines, 10, and he's in for the touchdown. Ackerman with a 60-yard reception, and RPI pulls within 1 TD.
Good play, but the key of that play, Ackerman, yes, ran into the end zone, but who made that play for RPI, enabling Ackerman to get into the end zone, was Nick Esposito with his block. Downfield after the catch, watch the block. I believe it was Esposito. Let's see who the block was. No, it was actually
Ramsdale?
Yes, Ramsdale with the block, the key block to spring Ackerman.
Cap's extra point is up and good. 3:52 to go here in Troy. It's St. Lawrence 20 and RPI 14.
20-14.
No, it was Mike Tavinis for RPI with the block. Very, very good block. It was Tavinis. And then later on down the field, it was Ramsdale just making sure the St. Lawrence blocker didn't get to Ackerman. But Tavinis with a huge block which sprung Ackerman and enabled him to get into the end zone. So now you got to think it's time for the best play in football, which is the onside kick.
Yeah, you have to the onside kick coming here.
And a few years ago, you know, I graduated from Lansingburg, so I went down to Kingston when they made the semifinals, and the Dietz Stadium in Kingston has turf just like RPI. So I seen the guy for Cornwall, who Lansingburg was playing at the time, do the onside kick. Only kicked it 2 yards. Nobody touched it, but the ball went 10 yards on the bounce. So, you know, you can play the turf to your advantage sometimes if you do it right. So we'll see what happens here. But Tavinis with a great block to spring
After kickoff for RPI.
Okay, so they've got 5 aside here for RPI on this kickoff. St. Lawrence has their hands team up. RPI is going to be a short kick. Fair catch, wise maneuver signaled by LaPiece, who was out there. He signaled for a fair catch. It means you have to let the guy catch the ball, and when he catches it, it's done there. So St. Lawrence has it at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, you have to let the guy catch the ball, but now the pressure's on you, because if you call for a fair catch, you know, everybody lets up, you better catch the ball, because if you drop it, the ball's still alive, whether or not you call for a fair catch.
Right.
So yeah, smart play, but now the pressure's all on you to make sure you actually catch the ball. 3:51 left to play in the game, regulation, 20-14 St. Lawrence leads.
St. Lawrence has it, 1st and 10 at their own 32. They want to kill this clock right now, and Payne takes it, and he'll get 1 yard out to the 33-yard line. RPI has 3 timeouts left.
Plus the 2-minute warning.
There is no 2-minute warning.
Not in college football. Not in college.
High school football?
Well, they just go to the sidelines and say, "Coach, 2 minutes. Coach, 2 minutes." But you don't have to get a stop.
Okay. You've been watching too much NFL.
I have been watching too much NFL.
Second and 9 for St. Lawrence at the 33. 3:15 to go in the game. Engineers trail by 6. Richardson's got his 3 wideouts on the right this time. Fakes the handoff to Payne. Richardson keeps it himself. Breaks away from Dorsey. Richardson's now down on the far side. As Dorsey had a chance to get him at the line of scrimmage.
RPI takes the timeout.
Gain of 4 yards. Third down and 5.
That's their first team timeout.
All right, so RPI is down to 2 timeouts with 3:01 left to go in today's game. Engineers trail by 6.
But again, how many times is this that RPI had Richardson stop in the backfield and fail to make a tackle?
A lot.
So
Holland, America.
There's going to be some general unhappiness with some of the tackling and game tape that's going to be watched by coaches and players after this game for RPI. March Marine now leads Rochester 20-0 in the first quarter. Still have Hobart 19, Union 17, and WPI 17, Springfield nothing. Everybody in Liberty League play at this point all the way through the rest of the season. There are no more non-conference games for any of the Liberty League teams. Third down and 5 for St. Lawrence at the Saints 37, up by 6, 3:01 to go in the game. RPI repositioning everybody. 5 receiver formation for Richardson. He's alone in the backfield. Now he's going to run straight ahead. Richardson's got room. He's got the first down, and he's going to go to the ground right before he was about to get hit at the 46. First down for the Saints.
Out to the St. Lawrence 46-yard line.
RPI,
First down, St. Lawrence.
Making tackles, that's what you got to do, and RPI is not doing that. St. Lawrence, no hurry.
First and 10 for the Saints, 2.5 to go in the ball game. First and 10 for the Saints. Going to hand it to Payne. Payne's got a hole. Payne's got another first down. He'll get tackled at the 42, but the chains will move, and this is just making it worse for RPI.
Yep. Again, RPI,
42-yard line.
Payne broke 2 tackles on that play.
Clock starts. 2:15 to go. Engineers with 2 timeouts left. St. Lawrence with a new set of downs. RPI trailing by 6. Ball to 42 for St. Lawrence. Stack 2 receivers on the right. Payne's in the backfield with Richardson. Richardson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself to the 40. Richardson stopped at the 39, and RPI calls a timeout with 1:48 to go.
Pickup of 3 yards on the play.
Yeah,
Second
and again,
and
RPI's doing a good job reading the fake. I mean, now they know how good Richardson's fakes are, so they can watch out for that too. And I think that also contributes to why Payne's able to get a lot of yardage. Is I think Richardson's fakes are so good that RPI takes just a half a second to hesitate to see who actually has the ball, and that half a second can make all the difference with Payne. Payne's a great runner. Richardson is a good quarterback, great fakes. So he makes Payne a great runner by those fakes and really doing a good job getting the defense back on their heels. And that's been their bread and butter. Richardson either faked it or go to Payne. Up the middle, that's been St. Lawrence's bread and butter all game. The majority of the plays have been either Richardson up the middle or Payne up the middle. And RPI, they stopped it, but not when they had to.
Second and 7 for St. Lawrence. RPI with only 1 timeout left. 1:48 to go, fourth quarter. Richardson has a man in the slot to the right. Gallagher's over to the right. Gives to Payne. Payne goes straight ahead. Stopped at the 36. And that'll be the last timeout for RPI with 1:44 to
Payne
go.
with the carry.
Right, last time out. So now RPI
Payne carries 3 yards.
can't stop the clock now.
Third down
So
and 4.
third down, they have to hold
At
them
the
here.
RPI 36
They
yard
got
line.
St. Lawrence has
RPI
2
takes
plays to
their
try to get 5 yards.
Final timeout.
And if you can't stop them, that's the game.
That is.
So. A lot of what ifs for RPI today in this game. You know, what if there was no block in the back on that fumble return? RPI could have been looking at a lead right now.
Yeah. You're also thinking about that interception in
Yep.
St. Lawrence territory.
Yep. What if you had to make more tackles against Richardson in the backfield? Just a lot of what ifs in this game. You don't want to dwell on them, but they do make a difference. There's a reason coaches say, what if this happens? What if that happens?
3rd and 4. Ball's on the 36 for the Saints. RPI out of timeouts. 1:44 to go. 4th quarter. St. Lawrence leads by 6. Richardson takes a snap. Gives to Payne. Payne tries to run to the right. Payne gets hit. Payne is on his feet and stopped at the 30 for a first down. That's the game.
Yeah, and I don't know.
He got hit a lot before he got
He
the
did.
first down.
He did get hit a lot, but the problem was they've been going for the football. You know,
Yes, you can see right there, the first person to get to him tried to
they're
swipe the
trying
football
to rip
away.
the football out of his hands, which
And he tackled him there.
had he tackled him there, would have been 4th down. When you're always the first person making the tackle, you make the tackle, and you let everybody else try to rip the ball out. You don't be the one to try to rip the ball out, because then if you don't do it, the guy's still running.
Yeah. So it's a 1st and 10, St. Lawrence at the 30. Clock is running. Richardson takes a knee. RPI can't stop this. There'll be one more knee, and then St. Lawrence will be the victors in today's game. So, St. Lawrence did not play a perfect game.
4 yards on a play, 2nd and
This was
14.
certainly a winnable game by RPI. And RPI is going to have to look at the game tape and look at everything, and if you lose by 6, that's a broken play. That's all that it is. All the 6 points is one time the defense missed a connection, and boom, you're in for a touchdown. That's 6 there, and you kick a the extra point, that's 7. That's all that it is. Doesn't matter how many yards RPI had, there's another knee, and that's it. Play clock goes to 40, game clock's less than that, and in 20 seconds it's official here in Troy. St. Lawrence will win. It doesn't matter how many yards you had, anything else, like the 60-yard pass play. RPI's long passing game was non-existent until they got the 60-yard play.
There was more passing yardage on that one play than there was the entire game.
And that's all it is. You have another play like that, and boom, now you can take the lead in the game. It's one thing if you get killed by 5, 6 touchdowns, you look and you say, well, we made 3 mistakes, and we would have lost by 3 touchdowns. Okay, you still lose. This game, RPI could have won. They didn't win, and you have to look at the mistakes that they made and see why.
Yeah, I mean, and in this case, it wasn't even a broken play. You had the touchdown, it was blocking the back.
Right.
You know, and coaches always tell you, and I'll tell you this from experience, if you can't see the guy's eyes, do not hit him. You know, and that goes back to Pop Warner football. If you can't see the guy's eyes, do not hit him. And in that case, you know, it wasn't followed, and that's what happens. You know, you call a play. Yeah, RPI threw an interception down. They were going in. The guy wound up on the 1 yard line. That happened. That happens a lot, but
You couldn't afford to let that happen
Correct.
in today's game.
Correct.
This goes back to the previous loss RPI had. It was also at home 2 weeks ago against Alfred, where they fell behind 27-0. They tried to come back in the second half, and they're in a position where their margin of error is very small. They can't afford to make mistakes in the second half. They made some mistakes. Now they don't get a chance to come back in the game. Today's game was the same kind of thing. You know you're going up against a team that hadn't given up any points. Obviously, you can weigh the quality of opposition, but again, you didn't have any breakdowns in coverage. I mean, that's what St. Lawrence, 3 weeks in, there were no breakdowns, which let somebody just get by everybody for a touchdown. It didn't happen, okay? You come into today's game, you get started early, but after that, St. Lawrence's defense versus RPI's offense, it was St. Lawrence's defense winning that battle. Clearly winning that battle. RPI was getting almost no yards in terms of total offense, and they were still in the game because RPI's defense was still playing well. They held St. Lawrence. They only had 14 points at the half. They held St. Lawrence. They kept them in the game, gave the offense a chance, And St. Lawrence, those 2 extra field goals at the end where they got it down deep, they put 2 field goals up. There's your margin of victory right there, the 2 field goals. They're not insignificant when you kick in the 4th quarter because they didn't give up the touchdown to RPI. But, the block in the back and then the interception late in the 3rd quarter. For RPI, those are the 2 mistakes they're really going to go back and look at and say, if we had not done that, could have won this game and didn't.
Right, and let's not, you touched on it before. Your advantage is with your field goal kicker, Christian Kapp. You take him out of the game because the field goal doesn't help you. But at the same time, you have a set range for the opposition field goal kicker. When you have 4th and 8, 4th and 5, and you're outside that range, you have to make a tackle.